Okay, time for a new video, and if this is the first video you've seen of mine, then thank you very much for checking it out. Do feel free to go back and watch previous videos of mine if you so wish. If this is another video of mine that you're watching, then thank you very much for returning. Today I'm going to be talking about the Eurovision Song Contest again, but not the adult edition. Instead, I will be telling you my thoughts on the junior competition, the 16th edition as a matter of fact, which will take place this upcoming Sunday evening, at the time of recording this video, in the capital city of Belarus, Minsk. It will be the second time that Belarus stages the JESC. As always, please respect my opinions as I will with yours. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think is going to win? Who's going to come last? Will we see a surprise winner? Potentially. Who knows? I also want to apologise for the average quality of this video. And also, if you hear any background noise, that's my neighbours. Can't really do much about that. And there was something else I was going to say, but I've completely forgotten. Yes, that's it. I don't edit these videos. So if I stumble over my words, apologies in advance. There will be links in the description here to my social media pages, particularly my blog. Feel free to take a look at that, where you can read my thoughts instead of listening to my voice right now. So, yes, 20 nations are going to compete. It's a record. Junior Eurovision started in 2003 when I was 10. I'm now 25. Suffice to say that my interest in the show is not as large as it once was. The UK has not competed since 2005. It's not broadcast on English television. But this year Wales will compete for the first time, as will Kazakhstan. A lot of people very excited about that one. The hosts will be Eugene Perlin, Zinaida Kuprianovic and Helena Marais, who represented her country in the JESC last year, I believe. So, you can go onto the Junior Eurovision YouTube page and watch footage from the first rehearsals, and my blog post was written with those videos in mind. And I'm just going to get straight into it. So song 1 is Ukraine. This is Say Love, performed by Darina Krasnovetska. I'm not a big fan of this one at all, but a lot of people really do love it. A lot of people think it could win. I don't, because it's on first. And the running order might well play a big factor in this year's competition. Darina's 11. She's confident. The song is very much like a chant. She's got a megaphone. There's a red and white colour scheme. She's all in white. It is very passionate. Say love, not war. It's a song with a message. I really am not that much of a fan. And I've got to be honest, I've never been much of a fan of Ukraine in the Junior Eurovision Song Contest. I will be telling you my exact predictions later on in this video, so stick around for that. Song 2, Portugal, who did not compete for many years but then returned. This is Rita Laranjeira with Gosto de tudo, já não gosto de nada, which roughly means I like everything, I don't like anything. Not a lot of people really rooting for this one. I don't think it's going to push for the win. She's 13. It's a jaunty, rather cheery pop song. It's really not that bad. It just doesn't stand out much. And I don't think there's anything more to say about it. It's good, but it's not brilliant. And it's on early. Song 3. Now, this really should be winning. I should say that the voting is a mixture of juries and public. And, well, I'll mention it when I get to that specific country. But I believe the public voting is open to anybody, and you can vote for your own country, which is interesting. Anyway, Kazakhstan debuting before they debut in the adult competition. I think they're the only country that's done that, where they've debuted in the junior contest before the adult contest. Of course, we have Wales this year as well, but I think Kazakhstan's the first one. I could be wrong. And in fact, the executive supervisor of the EBU, Jon Ola Sand, has reportedly said within the past day or two that there will be more discussions about Kazakhstan potentially taking part in the adult competition, although it's more likely to me that it'll be 2020 rather than next year in Tel Aviv. This song is called Uzine Sen. It's performed in Kazakh by a brilliant young singer who has over 200,000 followers on Instagram. Danelia Tulashova. The English version is known as Seize the Day. I think she is a terrific singer, like I said. She won the kids' edition of The Voice in Ukraine. The backdrop sort of shows clouds and birds. It's a very professional song. It's an excellent debut entry. You could hear this definitely in the adult competition, and it really should be pushing for the win. But it's third in the running order. Has that ruined its chances before she's even taken to the stage? I don't know. It's really good. I like it more every time I hear it. And the music video is good as well. Song 4, Albania. Barbie is the name of the song, performed by Efi Gajika, which she wrote with her mother. I have described it on my blog as a typical Junior Eurovision type of song, a teeny bopper sort of entry. It's not bad, but again, it's not brilliant. I think this really will appeal to the younger kids who watch JESC, more like the 9 and 10-year-olds maybe than the 14 and 15-year-olds. I wasn't such a fan of her outfit that she was wearing in the rehearsal, but that doesn't really matter. It's in Albanian and English. It might do very well, but the juries might not like it quite as much as the public. Song 5 is Russia, the current holders, of course, of the contest. Unbreakable, the name of the song, by Anna Filipchuk. This, for some reason, has been underrated by a lot of people online. I think it's definitely one of the strongest songs of this year, no question about it. It's pop. Anna is 14. There is a band with her on stage. I think the staging could be a bit better, actually. There's lots of people's faces on the LED screen. I really like it. It's not my outright favourite of this year's show, but I do like it. I liked it from the first time I heard it. And Russia usually does send good songs to the Junior Eurovision Song Contest. This is no exception. I don't think it's a winner, but it's good. It is good. And underrated a little bit for some reason. Song 6 is the Netherlands' Samen, which means together, performed by Max and Anne. The Netherlands have competed in every single Junior Eurovision there's ever been, same with Belarus, but they've only won once. This is a very sweet, touching ballad. The chemistry between the duo is great. Their voices go so well together. I was really impressed in the rehearsal footage at just how well their voices work together. The backdrop shows the two of them dancing, pretty much. Not a big fan of that. I've never been a big fan of LED screens that show the artist doing something. You know, I think of Isaiah for Australia in the adult competition last year in Kiev. It looked okay, but I wasn't a big fan. Anyway, does it really matter? Not really. This should push for the win. It's a very good ballad. Maybe a bit too dull for some, though, which makes me think that it won't win. But, and this is the thing that I was going to mention a minute ago, but decided to leave it until now, the Netherlands might well win the public vote. It's online based, I believe, as it was last year, I think. And the Netherlands did win the public vote last year, but finished 4th overall. If the juries go big for this, and the public rank it first, because Junior Eurovision, I think, is fairly popular in the Netherlands, maybe they'll win. I have not predicted the Netherlands to do so, by the way. But anyway, moving on. Lots of countries to get through. Song 7 is Azerbaijan. I Want to Be Like You by Fidan Husevnova. Husevnova? I thought it was Husseinova. It is. That's a typo on my blog. Again, what a surprise. This is a very pleasant little ballad, but it doesn't go anywhere and it doesn't live long in the memory, I've got to be honest. The rehearsal was okay. She's got a very sweet voice. She turns 13 tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, not a lot of fans for this one. It's a ballad. Moving on. Song 8, Belarus. This is Time, performed by Daniel Yastremski. This is slick, very plain pop. Gotta be honest, it's quite a chilled out number. I've put on my blog that it sounds a little bit like Justin Bieber, his earlier stuff. Not sure if that's a great comparison or not. He's got a fair bit of experience despite his age. There's a sofa, a basketball hoop on stage as well. Belarus usually do fairly well in the contest. They usually get good results. They've won before. But I'm not a fan of this. I think it's very average. But the staging will help. And his charisma will help. But there's no way it should be winning. It's too one tone for me anyway. Song 9, Ireland. This is performed in Irish. It's called I.O.U. by Taylor Hines. The music video has Gary O'Shaughnessy. No, it doesn't. It has Ryan O'Shaughnessy, who represented Ireland this year in the adult competition. He's in the music video alongside Niamh Kavanagh, who represented Ireland in 1993 and won, and again in 2010. Taylor is 14. He's got reasonably long hair, I would say. It is a bit of a guilty pleasure for a lot of people. The chorus is quite catchy. You can sort of dance along to it, I guess. I don't really remember the verses, though. This shouldn't finish last, but I don't think it's going to do that well either. I haven't seen, again, a huge swell of support for this one. Song 10, Serbia, Svet, which means world, performed by Bojana Radovanovic. Am I saying that right? Bojana Radovanovic. Close enough. She's 13. This is a ballad. It's not that memorable, but it's still not bad at all. It's quite a rousing song. I think her voice is pretty good. Wasn't so keen on the staging. The stage looks very bare, and I think this is a problem with a lot of acts this year. There's not a whole lot going on the stage. They seem drowned on it, if you see what I mean. I don't think this is going to get many votes myself, but it's really not a bad song. The staging could be better. It's very dark as well, at least in the rehearsal footage I saw. Song 11, Italy, another ballad, What is Love, performed by Melissa and Marco. Marco is the older of the two. This is a cute ballad. The rehearsal was very impressive. There's a swing. Voices go well together. Melissa has quite a fragile voice, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Marco is wearing a suit, I think. Melissa is in a white dress. So many of the girls this year are in white dresses. It seems to be a thing this year. Melissa did appear a bit nervous, though, which might explain why I thought her voice was a bit fragile. Mid-table for this, I think that would be about right. Song 12, Australia, Champion, performed by Jael. This is a typical uplifting number from the Australians with a positive message. You can be anyone if you believe it, you can overcome. That sort of thing. She's 12, born in Melbourne. She's wearing a sparkly dress. I thought her voice wasn't brilliant, but apparently in the rehearsal yesterday it was much better. So I read. It's a good song, really is. I don't think it's a winner though. Don't think it's a winner. It's quite a powerful number. Song 13, Georgia. This could definitely win. It's called Your Voice, performed by Tamar Edilashvili. Georgia have won the JESC more than any other country, 3 times, I think. Top 5 very likely. She reached the semi-final of Georgia's X Factor, or so I found out. Definitely a good vocalist. She's wearing a black jumper with Every Vision Is Yours written on the back. Again, at least she was in the rehearsal footage I saw. The stage is a bit bare, but the song is really good enough to push for the win. It's quite catchy, and it's all about the vocals. Song 14, Israel, Children Like These by Noam Dadon. This is very forgettable, unmemorable, dreary, dull. I sound very harsh, but I think a lot of people might agree with me. He's 13 years of age. His voice is good, no doubt about it. The song is just a letdown. Blue, the predominant colour. Not a lot of movement either on stage. I think it might be forgotten, particularly because Song 15 is the returning France. I never thought France would return, but here they are. Their second ever entry after 2004. which was the second ever contest. This is Jamais sans toi, Nothing Without You, performed by Angelina. This, for me, is the winner. It's going to take some beating. It's a colourful, lively, really happy performance. It's a bouncy, modern pop song. Lots of people think it's going to win. She's 11 years old. There's a lamppost and a bench on stage. The backdrop shows the Eiffel Tower, because, of course, that's the only building in France. And there's a bit of choreography, too. It's good. It's top-notch stuff. Should it win? Yes. Will it win? Probably. Good place in the running order. Song 16, Macedonia. This is Doma, which means home. It's performed by Maria Spasovska. A lot of people really appreciating this one. Some people calling it the best Macedonian JESC entry ever. And I have to say, yeah, it's definitely up there. This song, co-written by Elena Risteska, who represented Macedonia in the adult competition in '06. It's a ballad, another white dress. I believe that she's barefoot on stage. It's very simple, but a very classy ballad. It's very nicely done. It's a good song. But Macedonia usually end up underrated. Song 17, Armenia. This is Levon, performed by Levon. This is a bit of a silly song, let's be honest, but it's perfect for Junior Eurovision. He's dancing about in a green outfit. He's got a trumpet sort of thing that he plays or pretends to play. The backdrop shows him dancing as well, I think. It's just a lot of fun. It's very catchy, to be honest. And people will love this. People will love this, but there's no way it should be winning. No way at all. Anyway, he was on Russia's edition of The Voice Kids. Song 18 is the debut from Wales. Terrific stuff. It's called Perta, and it's performed by Manu. And she is from a small town towards the northwest of Wales. It's the first ever Welsh entry in the adult competition or the junior competition, I believe. It's very charming, it's very beautiful, it's very simplistic, but it's really nice. Very pleasant to listen to. It's a harmless little ditty. I think it's great. I like her as well. When I first heard it, I thought, well, this is really boring. But actually, it's not. It's very pleasant. The title, Perta, roughly translates as the prettiest, the most beautiful. Hiu Aberta, she is the prettiest. It's really good, but it might come last. Song 19 is Malta. This is very disappointing, actually, from Malta. I don't think they'll be winning with this. It's called Marchin' On. It's performed by Ella. In the rehearsal, she was wearing all red. She's taken part in various competitions in the past. She's a good singer. The song is just a bit bland. Nothing else to say about it, I'm afraid. The staging as well could be a bit better too. Mid-table. Song 20 is Poland. Now, this song has had over 1 million views on YouTube. People are going nuts for it. It could be the winner. And Poland have never won JESC or the adult ESC. Maybe it's about time. This is Anyone I Wanna Be, performed by Roxana Wegiel. Apologies if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Wegiel. Anyway, it's very popular. It's another white dress. Vocally, it's good. Will the popularity of this song translate into votes? It didn't last year. Not really. Will it this year? Possibly. It's catchy, and it's good. I think it's very suitable for Junior Eurovision, and I think that it should be pushing for the win. But is it the strongest song of the year? I wouldn't go that far. There's a couple of dancers on stage with her as well, and it's the last song of the show, which really helps. So, there we have it. Hopefully I haven't waffled there. My prediction from bottom to top. Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm talking absolute rubbish? Let me know. Azerbaijan is the country I think might come last. I don't know, though. Of course I don't know. None of us do. But Azerbaijan will do well to not finish in the bottom 5. 19th, Portugal. 18, Israel. 17, Serbia. 16, Ireland. 15, Wales. 14, Italy. 13, Albania. 12, Malta. 11, Macedonia. Moving into the top 10. Belarus, number 10. 9, Russia. 8, Netherlands. But the Netherlands might win the public vote and finish much higher. 7, Armenia. 6, Australia. And then the top 5, Ukraine, Georgia. And then the top 3, Poland, number 2, Kazakhstan, and number 1, France. I'd be very happy if France, Kazakhstan, or Poland won. I don't really want to see Georgia win. They've won enough. The Ukraine song, I'm not a big fan of it. I can't see it winning as it's on first. And I don't think Australia are going to do it. It could be a 3-horse race. I think France deserve to win, in all honesty. It's such a good song for Junior Eurovision. But Kazakhstan, winning with their debut, whew, that would be quite the story. And it's a really terrific entry. Really good stuff. So many people like it. But Kazakhstan is way out east. You know, maybe it's silly to talk about this sort of thing, but maybe geographical location will play a part as well. Anyway, you can go on my blog to take a look at my personal top 20, but my personal top 5, as of right now, Russia, Netherlands, Kazakhstan, France. My favourite's Australia, but I have a feeling it won't be by this time next week. I shall see. Anyway, that's it. I do apologise for waffling. Let me know your thoughts. Junior Eurovision is getting bigger every year. In fact, there might be semi-finals within a year or two. We don't know which country will stage Junior Eurovision next year. It won't necessarily be the country that wins this year's edition. Personally, I did read that Russia might be putting a bid in, and Armenia apparently are the only country that's officially bid so far. Macedonia has never staged a Eurovision event, I don't believe, so why not give them a chance? Wow, I'm really stumbling over my words now, so I'm going to shut up. Do let me know your thoughts. Check out my links in the description below. I will be making a video soon, which is the next instalment in my look back at older Eurovision Song Contests. If you've heard squeaking, that's my chair. And until next time, thank you very much for checking this out. Bye for now.